Steph, are you aware Jimmy bet Draymond that he'll have a better free throw percentage than you this year?
That's the first time I'm hearing it.
You think it's plausible?
No chance. Well, I like a little game within the game, so game on.
How big is it? 60 and 60 from the line. How big is it when he's doing that type of night from the line?
No, it's huge just because the way certain teams defend us, the way that we're organized and trying to create shots. He can settle a lot of possessions if we're, not the ball's not moving. We got a lot of those off of second side action, which is always great when defense is kind of shifted a little bit. He can take advantage of a good matchup or a driving angle, and then, it allows us to set up our defense, and it's just good basketball when you can create those types. It's hard to create fouls out of nothing. It has to be off a good action that creates either a mismatch or an advantage, and he takes advantage of those opportunities.
Steph, the sample size really isn't small anymore. Jimmy fits. Why do you think he fits so well within what you guys have built?
He just plays good basketball. Whatever the possession calls for, he sees the floor so well. He's composed when he has the ball in his hands. You can't really speed him up, and I think he understands what it takes to win, and he doesn't care what it looks like. It's just try to get the job done. So good basketball with guys that love sharing the ball, using each other, fits right in.
Steph, before your big 35-footer towards the end of the game, JK had that big offensive rebound to set it up. What did he bring on that play and to the game as a whole tonight?
It was great energy, impactful plays. I know Luka got his numbers, but he took the challenge, trying to, make him work for everything. And it's great to have a point of attack defender like that can, again, take the challenge. He's going to continue to get better at that. But those 50-50 balls, decisive plays, especially in the second half when we started to get the ball moving. If he didn't have anything, he got off of it. The ball came back to him in the corner. He hit some big threes. He got to the lane. And like you said, the offensive rebound was huge. So just trying to be in the right place at the right time and continue to make impactful plays. We all try to do that because that's what helps you win. And the more he can do that, the more he helps himself and helps us.
Steph, another opening night game and you're not at home. While you're warm-up shooting, we saw Riley, your daughter, giving you an assist for your last shot. What does that mean for you to share even these moments with your family?
Yeah, my wife and my daughter here. It's weird because when my dad retired, I was the same age Riley is now. So it's kind of full circle, knowing the experiences I had as a kid watching and getting to relive that as a dad now. So it's pretty special that me and Ish get to, she got spoiled, a little solo trip, so it was fun.
Steph, Jimmy talked about how he was trying to be, a mentor to JK, helping him out, showing him things. He talked about the importance of veterans like Luol Deng and Derrick Rose in his career. I was wondering for you, were there any veterans early in your career that kind of helped you, along your way?
A lot of guys. I think, just watching Monte play, understanding the killer instinct he had. I had Anthony Morrow. He was kind of young at the time, but the Charlotte guy that looked out for me early on. And then Jared Jack, another guy who was kind of a wily veteran that came in at a time that we were trying to take that next step. So it's the way the game goes. You give back to it, and it keeps you sharp too, because I'm sure Jimmy's getting to see the game and think about it in a way that he can explain it to JK in a way that's going to help him and, like I said, help our team.
Steph, I was just jumping ahead a little bit. You guys don't practice tomorrow. How much of a test will Denver provide Thursday? And beyond just them, the idea of how eager are you to see where you guys measure up with all the teams in the West? I mean, the West, as usual, is loaded. Tonight's obviously the step you wanted to take. But starting with Denver and Jokic and then moving forward, how do you view sort of the weeks ahead?
not getting too ahead of ourselves. We know how we started last year and know where it went from there. It's just for us, every game is an opportunity to get better. That's the greatest answer you wanted. In the sense of we're just plotting our way through night after night. The way the preseason went this year was kind of interesting because it was 3 totally different styles that we played in a row: Portland, LA, the Clippers. This week is kind of the same vibe with Denver and Portland back to back. So just for us, is how can you switch the game plan quickly to understand how Denver plays, knowing their tendencies, knowing how great Jokic is him and Murray. So and then some of the additions they have, but take a game at a time and enjoy, this process.
Right. 2 more, Ramon, and then over here.
Steph, you guys played so many times against LeBron, especially against the Lakers. These big national TV games, opening night, Christmas, etc. How strange is it to see him sitting up on the throne there instead of in the game? I think it's like the first opening night he's missed in 23 years.
Yes, I know it's for whatever the injury really is. I'm sure he wanted to play, and it is very different being here and him not out there. But I'm sure for him at year 23, it's try to be there healthy for whatever the stretch run that he can be there, the meat of the season. So if he's out, I'm sure there's a legitimate reason.
Last one.
Hey, Steph, it's your 16th season in the NBA, and you have done it all from MVP to championship. After seeing all the young players in China look up to you, after all that love and success, what keeps you hungry?
I enjoy the game. I don't know how else to say it. It brings the best out of me. I get to show my creativity. I love the work that goes into it. I love the competition. And, for whatever reason, physically, I'm still able to do it at a high level. And I'm going to try to get everything I can out of it. But other than that, the game is continuing to grow. And in order to keep trying to lead the pace, you have to kind of dig deep and remember the reason that you're out there. And I've been able to do that for a long time.
Steve, there's been a lot of talk post-game about the maturity in JK's game that was shown tonight. One of the things Steve said is, you've kind of taken him aside in camp and had some conversation. I'm just curious what you're seeing out of that dynamic and what you are trying to do to maybe grow his game.
I just want to help JK be great. He's got so much just raw talent, and he's so aggressive. He's athletic. He's super smart, and I'm trying to teach him a little bit of what I see throughout the game. And we've been, kicking it, hanging out, watching film, and just working on our game together after practice, before practice, during practice. I know how great he wants to be and how great he can be. So it's now my job to help him fulfill that.
What did you see tonight?
Making all the right plays, shooting the ball whenever you're open, attacking, passing the ball, guarding first and foremost. He's got it. He's got that thing that everybody else has. What you need me to do, I'll do it if it's going to help us win.
Jimmy, to that point, why is it clicking the way that it's clicking for you here right now?
For me?
Yep.
Because the game's easy. Everybody pays attention to Steph. I got the easy job. And when you don't pass the ball to him, you pass it to the open man. You attack, you guard, and you play basketball the right way. Limit your turnovers. I got called for a travel today, as Buddy will tell you. I still don't think that I traveled, but limit those turnovers, and we have a really good chance to win.
Following up on Anthony's question about JK, when he plays like that, how does it change the ceiling for you guys as a team?
He will play like that because he has every single individual on this roster in this corner telling them to be aggressive, be who you are, and we'll kind of fall in line behind you and make sure that you have any and every opportunity to be great. Don't shy away from anything. You speak up. You're one of us. If we can talk to you any type of way, then you can reciprocate that and talk to us.
But what does that do for the team? How much better can you be if he plays?
Only time will tell, but if he keep playing the way he's playing, being aggressive, shooting the ball at a clip like he did right there, he has 6. See, this is what I'm talking about. 6 assists is wild. Wow. Yeah. I think we're going to be really good if he can pull off 17, 9, and 6. Make it free throws, he have 18, 9, and 6.
Jimmy, you mentioned how everyone is so fearful of Steph, the gravity that it brings to the court. What is him being a screener like he was and a handful of times for JK? What does that unlock?
Everything. You always have to be aware of where Steph is on the floor anyways. Whether he's a screener, off the ball, on the ball, 2 people are going to be guarding him at some point, maybe even 3 at some point in time in any possession. So you just, if he's screening for you, you just got to make the right read. You know, you pass it when you're not open, give it to him, or go and score.
Jimmy, when you were coming up in this league, did you have any vets in your ear or in your corner trying to will like that potential out of you, like you are with JK?
Luol Deng, first and foremost, like he's done the most for me. Ronnie Brewer, Kirk Heinrich, you know, D Rose was super in my corner as well, even though I think he's a little bit older than me. But I had guys telling me how to, you know, get a stop, get out in transition, offensive rebound, get to the free throw line. Those are going to be easy ways to make sure you score your 15. But what's always going to make the biggest impact for myself at a young age, same thing with JK, is if you can guard the opposing team's best player.
Jimmy, what do you think was the importance of getting guys together in San Diego before camp, and what was the highlight of it?
Highlight. I think the highlight for me was watching Steph and myself beat up on everybody in dominoes. Like, it's funny, but he caught on real quick, and he got mad whenever we lost, and then we just started whooping everybody butt, which is good. But I think it was more so just to get everybody together, have some fun, because this season is not going to be all highs. It's not going to be all lows either. But whenever we do hit a low moment, we're like, yo, it's not all bad. Let's take it back to, you know, when we was in San Diego, kicking it, drinking some wine, hooping, having a good time. Like, let's get back to that. And so when somebody's having down there, it's always going to be, let's get back to that when there was no stress, no cares, we was around each other having fun. That's what it's going to be like whenever it's good, whenever it's bad, or somewhere in the middle.
Just, this is not my question, but just for your information, Draymond said that he beats you in dominoes.
Who?
Draymond said that.
He has beaten me in dominoes. Yes. Steph misses shots. That don't mean he's not the greatest shooter ever. Like, come on now, don't do that.
I was asking about JK and sort of, obviously his contract stuff was pretty loud all summer. He wasn't the thing in San Diego. And when a young player goes through that, obviously you get good press, bad press, whatever it is. But how do you guys as players take that? I mean, obviously you went through that last year in Miami and coming here, right?
You just let people talk. Let your game speak for itself, which it has. And everybody will forget about it sooner or later. You weren't in the wrong. You were doing what was best for you. We're not mad at that. I've been in that before, along with countless other people probably on this roster and around the league. It's behind everybody now. So now he's part of that. I got one goal in mind, and that's to win a championship.
Do you think like him just agreeing to that kind of getting that settled actually has empowered him to take this next step here?
Yeah, but I mean, he was going to be empowered to do it anyways, because we all want JK to be great. I'm not lying. I'm not kidding. So whether it got figured out or not, he was going to be here, and we was going to make sure that he was great.
16 at the line. What do you want to shoot percentage-wise?
What do I want to shoot? I got a bet with I don't think it's a bad bet, but it's kind of a bad bet. With Dre, that I got to shoot a better percentage than number 30 on our team. Yeah, right? Ooh. Yeah, so.
What do you think you win? You think you can?
Of course I think I can.
Score probably 91, 92.
I'm going to have to, but it's a great start. But I shot double the amount that he did, too, so. But I think I could do it. If he go 8 for 8, I should be able to go 16 for 16 most nights, every night. All right, appreciate y'all. I hate you, buddy.
Quinton Post reveals what Stephen Curry did that mattered more than scoring. Quinton Post is quickly becoming one of the most intriguing young talents on the Golden State Warriors roster. In his rookie season, he quietly made a name for himself, shooting an impressive 40.8% from three-point range and averaging 8.1 points per game. As a modern stretch big, he's carved out a valuable role in the Warriors' rotation, and he's not done yet. During the preseason, Post continued to show his offensive potential, especially in a standout performance against the Portland Trail Blazers where he dropped 16 points, including 3 three-pointers. But when asked about his recent success, Post didn't take the credit for himself. Instead, he pointed to one major factor: Stephen Curry. "What you saw out there, that's just the effect of having Steph Curry on the floor," Post said. "He makes everything so much easier for everyone on offense. And defensively, I think we handled things much better than the last time we faced them." The game marked Curry's return after missing the previous matchup against the Lakers. And he didn't disappoint, putting up 28 points and leading the Warriors to a 118-111 win over Portland. "This was a big statement game for him," Post added. "He sat out last game, and then came back and just took over. He said something before tip-off that really stuck with me. But more than anything, it's his leadership, the way he sets the tone, that makes the biggest difference." While Curry leads the way offensively, Post is focused on improving where it really matters for his position: rebounding. Despite his offensive contributions, Post pulled down only 2 defensive rebounds in the game, not enough, he admits, for a player in his role. "We did a better job controlling the pace, but we still had too many turnovers. And on defense, I'm not even sure what the rebounding numbers were. I just know I need to be better. That's my priority right now, becoming a more effective rebounder." Last season, Post faced criticism for his defensive inconsistency. He knows that if he wants to keep growing and solidify his role long-term, that's the area he has to improve. Fortunately, he's not doing it alone. With the mentorship of Al Horford, who shares a similar playing style as a stretch 5, Post is in the right environment to evolve. If he continues to develop, especially on the defensive end, Quinton Post could be a key piece in the Warriors' rotation for years to come. And with Steph Curry leading by example, he's got one of the best blueprints in the game to learn from. But what makes Post's comments so striking isn't just his humility, it's the deeper acknowledgement of how Stephen Curry continues to reshape the game without always needing to light up the scoreboard. For a young player like Post, recognizing the power of Curry's off-ball move, leadership, and court gravity shows a level of maturity that's catching the attention of coaches and analysts alike. Internally, sources close to the team say the coaching staff has been impressed with Post's approach during training camp. While his shooting numbers draw the headlines, it's his willingness to learn and take ownership of his weaknesses, like rebounding and defensive, that's earned him growing respect in the locker room. In particular, his openness about needing to improve on the glass has resonated with veterans like Draymond Green and Kevin Looney, who have both taken on mentoring roles with him in recent weeks. During practices, Post has been seen working closely with assistant coaches focusing on boxing out drills, rebounding reads, and interior footwork, a sign that he's committed to rounding out his game. Outside of the Warriors camp, Post's preseason performance and his comments about Curry sparked interest across NBA media. Analysts on national shows highlighted the quote about Curry making everything easier, using it as yet another example of the intangible impact the two-time MVP has on his teammates. Former players and commentators have also pointed out that this kind of awareness, especially from a rookie, is rare, and could signal that Post has the mindset to stick in the league. "You don't hear a lot of young bigs talking like that," said one analyst during a post-game breakdown. "He understands the game beyond just stats." That's huge. Looking ahead, the Warriors see Post as a potential long-term piece, someone who can eventually fill a similar role to Al Horford, a smart, versatile big who stretches the floor, moves the ball, and plays within the system. If he can elevate his rebounding and improve his defensive reads, he may even find himself closing games down the line. For now, though, Post remains focused on the next step. "There is still so much I need to work on," he said after the win over Portland. "But being around guys like Steph, Draymond, Looney, it's helping me grow faster. I just want to keep earning my minutes." As the regular season approaches, all eyes will be on whether Post can carry his preseason momentum into meaningful games. And if he does, with Curry still drawing defenders and opening lanes, the Warriors might have found a valuable new weapon hiding in plain sight.